This is the Game Jesters Gaming Update Podcast here with episode 16. So, we're going to make a little short one today, rush through all this stuff. We know a lot of people have been really keeping their eye on this giveaway that we started a while ago with the Friday the
Yep.
13th. So, we have news about that one. We'll get into that. I'll let Shamrock, it's been his promotion thing. I'll let him give you all the news on that if you want to do.
Yes, okay. Are you ready for me to take it away? I'm sorry. I was also just in the middle of when we're doing these live shows, I like to try to get it out to as many people as possible. So I was
Yeah, so you
so
can take it away when you want with that, and we'll jump into the news.
okay, yeah, sorry, my brain completely blanked that. Okay, so the Friday the 13th giveaway. If you have been following that on our Facebook, now the deadline has passed. It was the 1st of March is when we ended the thing. This weekend we will be announcing a winner. Mostly, I guess I will be announcing the winner tomorrow. Sometime tomorrow, I will be coming onto Facebook Live. I'll be being on a Facebook Live stream where I will just be on webcam and I have a little prize wheel thing, and I'm gonna press a button, and all your wonderful names of those who entered. And if you were entered in twice for sending us the code word, good on you. And by the way, it's too late to send the code word now, but the code word what the code I did it again. Damn it. The code word was, this thing has too many W's. Code word was road rash. So if you send in that code word, you got a bonus entry. And like I said, tomorrow sometime I'm going to be doing a Facebook Live. So watch the Facebook Live video. And if you see your name, we will contact the winner. But if for some reason you don't get it into your inbox, because Facebook might send it to your other message box, feel free to message us in case you miss the message. It is important. So this way I can get your information, send you the DVD, send you the surprise mystery gift card, which is going to remain a mystery until you get it. And that's all I'm saying.
So not even I know what that mystery gift card is yet. That's been all Shamrock's promotion here. So I don't. I'm gonna be surprised once he sends it out. I'll see what's going on with that.
You'll be like, "What? $100 Home Depot?" No, it's
Oh, I
not
should
going to be
have.
100. It's not going to be $100 Home Depot. So don't get me on record saying that. It will not be $100 Home Depot code.
So with that said, and everyone's the biggest thing with everyone's looking for the update on that. We're gonna jump right into our actual show here with our news. So
Yeah,
get
take it
my
away.
reading specs on here.
Jessica says that you look sexy when you put the reading specs.
That's why I wear them. They're fake, but I just wear them.
Oh,
So we got we'll start out as we know, a few things. Tuesday,
mm-hmm.
March. We're going to be witnessing March's free games for Sony, which will be Call of Duty Remastered, Call of Duty Modern Warfare Remastered will be one, and The Witness will be the second one.
Yes. Okay, Call of Duty Remastered. What is this? Because I haven't looked into it because I'm too lazy to do the research.
Well, it's mostly what it says. It's Modern Warfare 1 Remastered. It's
Oh, it's
the
one. I thought it
original.
was. Wow, the original. Okay.
Yeah, the original one's now coming back remastered. Well, it already came back remastered a while ago. Now it's going to be free for you to grab, which it'd be. I actually really liked back when I liked Call of Duty way back then when Modern Warfare 1, 2, and 3, they were all really good. So I'm hyped for to get the remake of 1 again.
Hmm.
And it's free, so you can't beat that.
Now, I haven't done much with The Witness, but it is some sort of weird puzzle type game, from what I understand. Have you heard of it? Played it?
Uh,
I haven't.
I haven't. No, it's I guess one of those small indie type of games that I haven't really looked into. But I'll probably it's free, so you can't go wrong. I'm gonna
Well,
grab it.
speaking of free games, I do want to. I did post this. I did broadcast this on Facebook. If you are a Twitch Prime member, I highly encourage you to check out the Twitch Prime games this month. Not very many good ones per se, but Snake Pass is a highlight. Snake Pass is one of the free Twitch Prime games this month. It is a very interesting platformer that has some unique puzzling controls, and you basically control this little snake named Noodle, and you're maneuvering through all these little obstacles and these platforms. It takes a little bit. It's a little bit of a learning curve, but once you get it, it's worth the play, and that's the highlight for me. I saw it. I was like, yes, it's one I want. We're getting it. I already have it on Switch, but for free on PC, I might as well double dip.
Might as well. And since we're touching about the free games, I believe the Xbox One free games of
I was just
March.
gonna ask you what was Xbox. I saw it and I
They had
forgot that.
the Adventure Time game and Plants vs Zombie Garden Warfare 2.
That's it for the. Was that their games of gold or?
Well, that's their Xbox Ones. I didn't see the 360s. I believe one was like a Metal Gear Rising for the Xbox 360, but
Yeah, I remember. So, do you know the games with gold? Can you play those if you're on the Windows platform, or is it just Xbox? 'Cause I never understood that. I'm not a big, I'm not. I don't. I'm not the biggest. I'm not well versed as well. Once we get our Xbox guy on here, man.
yeah, he's got it, his setups all set up and everything. Well, actually, he's a PC guy, but he'll know more about Microsoft stuff. He's gonna probably be jumping on soon. Probably within March, we might see him jumping in.
Answer this damn question for me, not you. I mean him. I want him to answer the question.
Yeah,
What if anybody knows? I mean, go wild. Tell me.
yeah. Also, starting up Tuesday was announced today. It's been rumored for a while. They've been talking about it, but it was announced today. It'll be starting up Tuesday with the free games. It'll be official. PlayStation 3 and the PlayStation Vita are cut off. There will not be free games for them. The production for the Vita is stopped. So you can see already that why there's only 2 free games now. They cut off all those free games that you can get for the other platforms.
Which makes me wonder when PS3 is still in production. Is it? Yes. As far as we know, did they end the production on the PS3?
I believe they ended the production at the 10-year mark.
But they still support it otherwise. Okay, so that's where I was. I couldn't remember. Couldn't remember.
Yeah, I mean, and it'll be even bigger once the PlayStation 5 comes out and it'll have backwards compatibility with the 3. All of your games
yes.
for the 3 will be back in production, and hey, that'll rise things up again.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like the Vita could have been. I feel like the Switch is what the Vita wanted to be.
See, that's the way. Instead of killing it off, Sony should take the way of making their next. They shouldn't stop handheld, but make a next handheld like the Switch.
Yeah, because the Vita had so much potential, and it wasn't a bad system. It had massive potential. It's just
Yeah,
from Sony not supporting the first party, putting any first part.
that was their biggest problem. Yeah,
Yeah, they tried. They had that one Uncharted game, which was not bad. It wasn't horrible, and they had a couple other things, but then they just were like, no, that and the weird proprietary, you have to get. Everyone else was using SD cards, but they're like, use our weird Sony card. I can't remember what
yeah.
it's called right now, but
The memory was pretty poor in them, and the hardest problem was, well, the one they had the one. If I have my Vita somewhere nearby, I can show you the one tab where you can plug something in that they had it for future installments and they never utilized it. They never used it. They dropped it and they killed it before they even used it, and it couldn't like connect to the PS3 if perfectly. It can be used as a controller or play the games, but you couldn't reverse it, and you couldn't stream on Twitch, which is my big problem. I have some Vita games I like streaming on Twitch, but I couldn't because it doesn't have that kind of built-in. It can't utilize that.
and then, it was weird too, like because you had the remote play, which is a phenomenal feature to play the PS4 games, right? But you didn't. Not all games were compatible as well. But I mean, there wasn't like a reverse where you could play the Vita games on the PS4. There was no reverse to that, right?
No, no,
I didn't have a Vita, so I am trying to like.
yeah, no, I couldn't. That's where I was trying to hook it up and play, where I can put my Vita games onto the big screen TV, but I couldn't.
Yeah, I've only ever got to the time that you showed me your Vita, and I was like, oh, this isn't bad. And a couple other times,
Yeah.
I only got hands on with it a few times. I never had one. Always wanted to get one, but when I saw the support was so poor for it, I was just like, oh.
I'm really glad, at least, that the VR that they decided to keep with that, and they didn't pull the Vita route on that. And they actually look at the VR sales now. 2019 is huge for VR. VR is taking off
Yeah.
like the way I wanted it to. It had a rough start, but it is way up there
It
now.
did have a very rough start because it was hard to like get past the whole will this be a gimmick thing, like so many other things before it, like the 3D televisions. Remember those don't exist anymore.
Yeah,
Things like
we got
that.
now
Like,
8K television now.
yeah. Oh my God. What Samsung has this amazing 8K television, and it's like, oh man, it's crazy.
Yeah, but
It's the future.
right, we're moving there. I'm planning on I mean, the 4K will drop. I'm gonna get
I,
PS5, get the
it's
4K.
just it is it's ridiculous. I just saw someone at Walmart yesterday. God, bought a 4K TV, 75 inch for $755.
Yeah,
Like
it's not
what?
bad.
Like first of all, why was it that cheap? Was it like a pricing error or like 75 inch? I'm like, damn. I'm like, should I kick him in the shins and run and take it? No. Can
But
you imagine me strapping that to the top of my car? No, it won't work.
it might. But we'll move on to our next. I only have a few little things, nothing huge like we usually have. Just a bunch of
Mm.
small little things like Hitman 2. So, any fan of the Hitman series, Hitman 2, the entire first mission is now available free. It's free to download. And if anyone's been following this with the huge thing with Sean Bean, where he
Mm.
was an actor, he came into the game, and when they released the demo and everything, and you can go and play and you can kill Sean Bean.
Oh my
That,
god.
yeah, well, that's where you were hunting him down. He was your target, and it was just fun watching all of the videos of everyone taking different ways that you can kill him. Well, now the entire first mission is free to download. The mission is called Night Call, and it's set in a luxurious oceanside property in Hawke's Bay, New Zealand. So
Huh.
I plan on jumping in. I haven't gotten it yet, but I plan on jumping in, grabbing that because I'm a huge Hitman fan.
Yeah, absolutely. And so, Hitman. Besides Hitman, I was gonna say something. I had something to add to that, and yes, I completely lost my thought. I'm sorry. I had an interruption here, and I completely lost my thought. I was going somewhere with that Hitman thing, and now I lost it.
That's all right. We can we'll move on with
We'll just pretend that didn't happen. Doo-doo-doo-doo.
There we go.
I lost my thought completely in that. I had something to add to that, but if you
I'll
got something else
sidetrack.
to
I'll
move-
sidetrack. I'll take the attention away onto anti-vaxxers. So we all know
Oh
the
wow!
whole
Is there a game
stigmatism.
about that now?
Kind of. There is an old game, Plague Inc. is a game. It started out on the phone. I got it. It was fun, and it moved to consoles now, where you make your own viruses and everything, and you spread them out and you kill people. Well, they
Oh,
had
yes,
yeah,
yes, I've heard of this. Okay,
they
go
had
on. This is exciting to me.
a petition going around on their website for
Oh.
people to say to add one of the causes of dying is for anti-vaxxers. So this will now strengthen your pathogen in Plague Inc., where you can go through and start
Oh,
act the anti-vaxxers will now make it easier to kill people.
you're kidding me. I
Their petition reached
it
10,000
sounds
signatures.
it sounds like both one of those things that's really amazing and terrible at the same time. That like I just kind of want to get involved in it, and I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Well, I kind of want to jump back in that game again and play. But moving on to our next one, we got one game I've been watching for a while and I'm really hyped about. There's actually the World War Z. That's one. It's how Left 4 Dead used to be. Left 4 Dead kind of died out after 2. We haven't seen anything like that. World War Z is a co-op third-person shooter, which it finally, if you've been watching, it came out way back in December of 2017. It finally got a release date of this year, April 16th. And this is going to be a 4-player co-op shooter that's taking over the ways that Left 4 Dead used to be. So I don't know about you, but I really like that play style, and I'm excited for this one.
Yeah, I'm kind of on the fence about it. Like it's one of those things that's like, I have to play it to kind of, because I get bored with it. It gets.
Yeah, see, that's where you just need a good team, and it's one thing that pulls me in. I'm really hyped for it, and
Well, I had a quick thing to add here, not related to what we're really talking about. Horizon Zero Dawn just passed 10 million in sales. I think that is something that's worth noting. A lot of people, when that came out, they had very low I mean, I know some people had high expectations, but a lot of people were unsure because
There
it's
we
a
go.
new franchise and it was competing with, at the time, Breath of the Wild coming out the same week. So to see it get 10 million is pretty huge accomplishment.
yeah,
Just wanted to throw that in there while I was thinking about it.
I do have sales. I'll jump into that a little later. I just remembered. Speaking of World War Z, there was another one. I just lost it again. pull it up quick here in my notes. Generation Zero. Sorry, I had to switch over to my notes really quick.
It's all right. World War
Generation
Z.
Zero. World War Z and Generation Zero. That was Generation Zero was like kind of like a Terminator type game where robots kind of took over the world. It's a survival game. I think it's a 3 player. You're out in the world and you're trying to kill all the robots taking over. And it's you just gotta watch the trailer. I'm really hyped for it. And it's no release date but 2019.
2019. Damn. Oh, that is 2019. Wow. I'm like, wait. I'm
Yeah.
like, that's next year.
No, we got it. It's coming out shortly. It should be early 2019, but they didn't really give an official
Where are
date.
you looking? You posted. Speaking of 2019 games, it's March. You posted the highlights on March. Well, actually, I posted it on Facebook, and you posted
Yeah,
it on Twitter.
I dropped it
because
on Twitter. Yeah,
I was like, yeah, I'm stealing this from Facebook. What are you looking forward to for March? I mean, you got Devil May Cry
March.
5.
I think Devil May Cry
Dude.
5. I'm a huge Devil May Cry fan, so that's probably the one I'm most hyped for. The
I'm
Division.
hoping it. I'm hoping it's gonna be good. I'm really. It looks amazing. I might not get it right away, but
I'll probably wait a little bit too because there's so much that I already have to
Mhm.
play. And next week I'll have a little surprise switching up the streaming. But sticking to this, really, that's jumping ahead too much. So I've loved Devil May Cry series. 1, 2, and 3 were really good. And actually, I seem to be like the only. There's a few of us, but I liked 4. I liked Nero. I liked
I
where that
love
went.
4. Nero was awesome, and plus plus I think it was 4 that I cosplayed as the Devil May Cry 4 Dante,
Yeah,
or was it 3? I can't remember.
I don't remember which
I
one you
have to
did.
go look back. I have
Yeah.
to go look because I can't remember. I remember at the time, but now I don't remember. But yeah, I'm hugely looking forward to that. I love the series. I think some people, like you said, they didn't like 4, but
I love
I
4
thought
though.
I thought it added a great dynamic to it.
And
Because
yeah,
it was unexpected at the time. Like you weren't sure where it was going to go, and
and the way they hinted, they didn't officially say anything. I have to look into it more, but they were hinting towards Nero being Dante's son.
yeah, like because the half the thing you thought you thought it was his brother, and then to have that like at the end, and you're like, that hint that you're talking about, yeah, and
Yeah.
I don't know if it was officially, I think it was only like you said hinted, but I
Yeah,
had to
no,
replay
it's
it
only
'cause
it's just the way Dante talked, the way at the towards the
Mhm.
end of it, the things that he said were the ways that you thought, wait,
we'll have to
what is
look
their
at it piece by
relationship?
piece.
But
As
we're
their
gonna, I
secret
guess we'll
boy-
find
yeah,
out more in
they're
5.
secret boyfriends now. This is how this. No, I'm kidding.
I know.
But other than that, the Division 2 I'm getting for free, so of course I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah,
Uh,
and then The
Amer-
Walking Dead final season, episode 4. That's something was highly hyped. People were finally eager to see that
oh
story.
yeah, that. You know what looks terrible is American Ninja Warrior. That looks really terrible.
I haven't looked into that.
Oh god, it looks like a really bad Wii game. It looks terrible. It looks so terrible. They tried. They waited like 10 years to get on this American Ninja Warrior kick, and it looks terrible. Then we have, I'm gonna play Yoshi's Crafted World, but it's not a day one purchase for me because Nintendo games don't go down in price. But it is, after if I find a used copy somewhere, I'll pick it up in a few months.
Yeah,
That's all I'm looking forward to. March is kind of a slow month, so not slow, but kind of there's games I'm looking forward to, but nothing that like I'm going to be buying day one, but I will be getting them.
yeah. But so a little good news for Star Wars people after the flop of their last EA's big game, the big open world one. They do have Respawn has a new Star Wars game that will be revealed April 13th. They're going to show it off. And this is from the creators of Titanfall. They jumped onto here and they first announced it at E3. There wasn't a lot of details, but now Respawn have something they confirmed, some kind of 2019 release date, and next month we're going to see more about this game, I guess the Star Wars game that's going to be taken over for the canceled one.
Do you know what it's going to be like about as far as, or did they just not give us very much information yet?
I don't have too much information yet. I just got that this, I guess next month, April 13th is when they're going to drop all the information about it.
These are always, you never know what's going to happen with a Star Wars game. You never know which one's going to be good. You never know which one's going to be like the one everybody hates, and then there's the ones that everybody loves. It's a mixed bag with Star Wars. You never know.
I would love them to bring back a VR MMO version of Star Wars. That would be incredible, just to be immersed into it, lightsaber battle, all full body tracking. That would be a great game.
I want to see a Star Wars that's like a crossover with. I had something in mind for that, and it was going to sound cool, but then I was, as I was saying, I was like, it's not going to sound as cool, so I'm going to leave it. Let's just
Well,
ignore that. But
speaking
what
of
else?
things next month, there's Borderlands 3 has been rumored to be announced next month as well. So April's going to be a pretty
There's,
big announcing day.
which is weird because E3 in June, there's a lot of.
I
I
guess,
was also just reading Cyberpunk is going to have a huge presence at E3 this year. I
yeah,
know it was like, I know that was one that a lot of people are looking. So I guess it's finally getting a release date come E3.
yeah.
That might.
That's a hugely hyped game. That's one of the top hyped game lists that everyone's
I
they're
mean,
all
if that comes out this year, that's probably a game of the year candidate. If that was, I
true.
know you had something to say, but I really, because you were saying something to me in chat about this one day. Bully 2 has been rumored a lot. There's been things that have been getting debunked, and people are saying this rumor is not true, but then this rumor, every rumor that's not true, there's something to counteract it that might be true. So we might see Bully 2 get announced this year as well,
Hmm.
which would make sense because it's the end of the PS4's life cycle. If you remember, Bully 2 got announced towards the end of the PS2's life cycle, but then had most of its prominence when the Xbox 360 got the Scholarship Editions. I think we might see history repeat itself there.
Possibly. So that might be something coming out later on.
Yeah. But what else do you have? I cut you off there, and I didn't mean to. I had those things on my mind. I'm like, if I don't get them out now, I'm getting them out.
Yeah, that's all right. I only have a few things left here anyway. And one, you mentioned sales before. There's one, well,
Yes.
not right away, but Kingdom Hearts 3. They just teased a new DLC that's gonna follow another character side
I was
story.
reading about this. Yes.
Yeah, it's going to follow Zion and her fate of if you I won't say too much if you haven't played the game, but what happens with her character, where she goes, and her ending type of thing, and it's going to tie into the conclusion of the main game. And they teased work on a new Kingdom Hearts game that will not. They officially said it's not going to be Kingdom Hearts 4, but it's going to be a new side
It's
project
gonna
that
be the
they're going to
side,
do.
yeah. I feel
Yeah,
like that's like their way of teasing it a little bit. Like if they do the DLC and they're like in a test well, then they're like, okay, people are gonna be interested in more than just Sora and his story.
yeah, and
Which
so
at this point, Sora's story is pretty much
well,
not
he's
not
had
not.
what 23 games here now.
I mean, no
So
spoilers, but it's pretty much wrapped up. I think
yeah,
so.
it will. So yeah, this new game will not follow Sora, but it'll start a whole new storyline. So this is going to be the conclusion for Sora and everything.
But that's not the end of Sora because soon Sora will find his way into Smash.
Probably he might.
That's my prediction, my bold prediction. If it's right, then I'm a psychic.
Yeah, but what I was hinting at before, we talked about sales last week at Kingdom Hearts. So Kingdom Hearts 3 sold. They just hit their 5.6 million sales, but
That's not
which
bad. I mean, a
which
little
I
bit
think
lower than I expected, to be honest. But
I think last podcast they were at just 4 million.
yeah.
And
Well, I
Resident
mean, I
Evil
guess
2 was at 2 million.
and I just got 4 million as well.
That just
Yeah.
hit 4 million. So they're only, before they were half behind, they're catching up now.
Yeah.
So
See,
Kingdom
Kingdom
Hearts
Hearts.
sold
I feel like
faster.
Resident Evil 2 will be the grower of the group, and more people will adapt, especially as it drops down in price within the next
Yeah.
few months.
So,
That will I see that going well, and I honestly, I guess, but not too bad because they both came out just in January, and it's only the beginning of March, so that's still pretty decent
yeah.
numbers. I mean,
Yeah, they're selling pretty well for themselves.
it's not terrible. The only other thing I had to add was, of course, the new Pokemon games got announced: Pokemon Sword and Shield. Stupid names, mind you, but
They
I
had
just
ran
think
out of colors.
they ran out of colors,
Then
and
they
now
ran
they're
out of shapes. And then they
and,
ran out of letters.
and solar systems. And the only thing that is bothering me about this is it's still very formulaic. It's very the three starters are the same. It's a grass, fire, and a water, and the fire type looks like a fighting fire type, which we've seen the last 3 or 4 generations now, and
Yeah, I
it's
want to
the
see a
same.
starter that's a sidekick and a
Yeah,
fighter and
I want to see
switch
a
it up.
rock starter, anything, a psychic, a dark. Give me a new starters. They brought the gym battles back. It looks like because a lot of people complained when they took them out and replaced them with the trials and Sun and
Yeah,
Moon,
everyone hated that.
and
I don't think I've
so
heard anything
then
good.
yeah, and then now it's just like, but it's still very formulaic. It's very. One thing I was a little upset about that they took out from the Pokemon Go and Let's Go. They had in Let's Go Eevee and Pikachu, they had the Pokemon appearing in the grass and walking through, so you could see which Pokemon you. A lot of people
Hmm.
didn't like that, but I really liked that because I did I. It's like, oh, I could avoid this freaking Zubat for the 90th time, and but then people were like, no, I really want to see Zubat for the 50th time. Like I don't know.
Yeah, I can see why they would change it up. I think Pokemon, I think, really needs to be revamped, a whole new rework, bring out a whole new like. eh, I still like turn based, but I think Pokemon can really do with the different fighting style, where more
Yeah,
action.
I 100% agree with you. I think this was their big chance to really like. Okay, you have your first home console version in year. If you count like Gale of Darkness for the GameCube and the other one, the Shadow something on the GameCube. Forgive me for the names, I can't think of them. But if they weren't really main story games. They were freaking amazing at the time. That was the closest we got to like Pokemon on a home console, and those were great. But then now we have like this is still being the basic formula. You have the big chance to do something new, and it's like you're not doing it. So I don't know.
I'm
I
surprised at
just
how big Pokemon Snap at the time was, and Pokemon Stadium, how big those two were on the 64. I'm surprised they haven't done anything new that kind of route.
well, speaking of Pokemon Snap, Android just got on Pokemon Go. They have a camera feature now that you could take pictures of the Pokemon you already have,
I did see
and
that. I
and I've
was
been having because that's how you get Smeargle. He has to appear in one of your photos, and then he appears on your screen. And so here I was doing. I had one of my legendaries in my kitchen, and the little bastard photobombed me, and uh, so
yeah.
not bad.
So
They- so go on, carry
sorry,
on.
I just forgot. There's one thing I meant to say in the beginning, but this is a good time as well. It's only good for. It's half of it's over today, but anyone big still playing StarCraft. There's a big StarCraft tournament going on all today, March Saturday the 2nd, and it'll be going on tomorrow, Sunday the 3rd. They'll be doing all their games, picking out their winner. So if anyone's still a big StarCraft, there's a big tournament going on that you can watch on their official StarCraft Twitch page.
Oh wow. I'm sorry. I was zoned out there for a second, but then I got the back end, and then he said the second, and then today is the third. No, tomorrow's the third.
Tomorrow's the
Flying,
3rd.
just flying. Wow, this
March
month's
is
already
almost.
flying.
Yeah,
Let me St. Patrick's Day soon. Time for me to get drunk. Uh,
they always
not
need
that
a
I need a
reason.
whole, not that I need a reason, but hello. Well, I got.
So I only have one more thing here. That's
Well, I'm glad because I don't have anything else. So the rest is all you. I'm just.
so it's not even a big thing, but it's something to end the show on. We got so Call of Duty Black Ops 4 added some new mode. The Cops and Robbers, I think it was. I only played a little bit last night. It was actually kind of fun. They get cop
Yeah, I
cars.
saw you playing that all night, and I'm like, here I am.
Yeah,
I need to.
I,
I'm still on the fence of Call of Duty. Like part of me wants to play because I've been expanding my. Surprisingly, I've been expanding my game. What do you call it? Not game verse.
your
My
library.
yeah. I've been opening myself to new genres that I usually would kind of just shun in the past.
I have
So
noticed you didn't never liked first person shooters, and then you were all
yeah,
about
no.
Payday 2.
Yeah, I know. That's what I mean. Like I've been playing all this. Like yeah, let's get that, and it's weird. I don't know if my tastes are changing or if I'm just like not being such a bitch about it or
Not being so picky anymore.
yeah, you know.
But yeah, Call of Duty, that's one that it's beaten to death, but I still occasionally every dozen or so, I jumped back into it. And Black Ops 4, I got into it. I really liked the Cops and Robbers mode. I'm going to put a YouTube video up on. You can check the Game Jesters video page of us just goofing around in the cop car. We didn't take it as serious at all. We just got the cop car, didn't even grab a gun, and we just crashed into everyone on the road. And our teammates probably hated us, but it was fun.
Yes.
And with that mode, they added something that Apex started up and brought out. Apex Legends did this. Respawning. Call of Duty, the Cops and Robber mode now has 3 limited respawns. As long as your whole team doesn't wipe, you respawn after a limited set of time. And now Fortnite have hints of they're planning on doing it as well.
I was just about to say that. I was reading the whole Fortnite thing, and I guess Fortnite's gotta do something to
keep themselves afloat up there.
Yeah, because I don't think they took Apex very seriously, and then since Apex came in and just stole half of everything, like I don't think anybody saw that coming. To be honest with you, I thought people were just like, oh, another battle royale,
Yeah.
And here we are.
But that about wraps up everything. So we got the giveaway. We're gonna give you all the news tomorrow. Shamrock is gonna do a live Facebook, so you won't have to come hunt us down on finding our podcast anywhere. You won't have to hunting us down on Twitch. We figure it'll be a lot.
You should be listening to it anyway, and regardless, you should be listening.
Yeah, you can tune in, get all the updated information, but this will make it easier. It'll be right on Facebook.
I was actually going to troll everyone and say you have to listen to the end of this podcast, and then I was going to be like, "We'll announce the winner at the end of this podcast. Make sure you listen to the end." And then I was going to say, "And by the way, tomorrow we will put it on Facebook."
Yeah, I think we got some people wouldn't mind, but some people would have really gotten a little salty about that.
I'm a troll at heart, so it's what I would do.
But yeah, so I'm gonna post. I'll let Shamrock take care of posting to get everyone the news on Facebook about what's going on with that, and let them all know. Tune in tomorrow to his live post. And
then of course, in the future there will be more exciting giveaways. I mean, not that that's not exciting, but for some people it may not be the most exciting thing because it's a very niche prize. But there will be other things in the future as things, special deals on things and special
whatever we can get going. We're still in the talks about the next one we want to do. So and
a vacation to nowhere.
But we might do a little promotion if you want to throw it in on your live stream tomorrow. Once we do the giveaway, maybe if they are okay with it and if they're cool with it, we send it out to them, get a selfie sent in of them holding up the giveaway item, and then we can post it on our page.
Especially with their awesome gift card that they'll be getting, that they'll be so surprised with.
They can show off to the page what it actually is, what they got.
The funny thing is that I keep talking about gift card, and even I don't really know what it is yet because I'm like narrowing it down between like 5 different choices, and I'm like, this one. I'm trying to. The perfectionist in me wants it to be a theme, but then the other part of me wants it to be practical. That could be, but you'll like it anyway. So.
Well. There we go. We're going to wrap this show up here. So thanks for tuning in. Make sure you check out tomorrow and see what's going on. And see you guys. Have a good night.
Take it easy.